Hi guys, Audrey here, and this is a JAC capsule on exponent rules. In this video, we're going to talk about the rule, the nth root of a to the power of n. Let's go. Okay, so first let's take a second to remember that this is the nth root of a to the m. As we saw in exponent rule 3, when we're doing a to the n to the power of m, it's the same thing as a to the m to the power of n. So it doesn't actually matter what order we do these things in. In other words, I could also think of this as being the nth root of a all to the power of m, which we know is a to the m over n. And then not to be forgotten, if there is no number out there, then it's like we have a 2 hiding. So we'll have a to the m over 2. So your goal for this video, there will be 2 of them. The first is I want you to simplify using this rule, the fourth root of x squared, the fourth root of x squared. And the second is I want you to evaluate the square root of 4 cubed in your head without using a calculator by thinking about this rule number 4, but also thinking about what we talked about in rule number 3. So take a second, pause the video, then come back and we'll talk about it a little bit. All right, so the fourth root of x squared, using our rule, this is just x to the 2 over 4, which is the same thing as x to the 1/2. Now let's just think briefly about what this means. This is answering the question, what do I have to multiply by itself 4 times to get x squared? What do I have to multiply by itself 4 times to get x squared? Well, the answer is clearly not x, because if I multiply x by itself 4 times, that's x times x times x times x, I get x to the 4th. But if I think about the square root of x, the square root of x times the square root of x is just equal to x. So if I do that 2 more times the square root of x times the square root of x, then suddenly I've gotten up to x squared. So the square root of x times itself 4 times does indeed give me x squared. And note that the square root of x using this rule is the same thing as x to the 1/2. Now let's think about the square root of 4 cubed. Doing 4 cubed in our heads is not necessarily the easiest thing. But what we said in rule 3 and reminded ourselves of down here is that order does not matter. So this is the same thing as the square root of 4 all cubed. And the square root of 4 is really simple. What do I have to multiply by itself 2 times to get 4? 2. Hopefully you all have that memorized in any case. So this is 2 cubed. And that's just saying multiply 2 by itself 3 times, which is a little bit easier. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, and my final answer here is 8, because it doesn't matter the order in which I do it. Now, if I want to, I could have done this the other way. I could have said the square root of 4 cubed is 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. So this is the square root of 64. If I multiply 8 by itself 2 times, I get 64. So either way will get me there, but thinking about which way is simplest is often useful when evaluating things like this. All right, that's all for this video. In the next one, we'll talk about negative exponents. See you there.